What's up, everybody? My name is Zach Pasquarello, and I teach you how to start a bookkeeping business in less than 30 days with no experience. And I know how to do it because I did it 3 years ago, and I make these videos just because I want to teach you everything that I've learned over the past 3 years. I have a successful bookkeeping business. I absolutely love what I do. I've learned a lot over the past 3 years, so my only goal is just to share my experience with you. That way you can do exactly what I did. If you enjoy this video, please like it, subscribe to my channel because I make new videos every single day teaching you how to start and grow a bookkeeping business. And finally, if you want to schedule a one-on-one consultation with me, I would love to work with you. There's a link in the description below. You can schedule a meeting anytime. Okay, in this video, I'm going to talk about 10 effective strategies to attract your first client in less than 30 days. And I know what to do because I did this in the very beginning whenever I started my bookkeeping business, and I'm going to tell you exactly what works for me. That way you can do the same thing. And if you're just getting started, you'll be able to find a client in less than 30 days if you follow these steps. Okay, first of all, I want to differentiate between marketing and sales. Marketing will not get you a client in 30 days, I promise you. However, you should always continuously be producing marketing content, whether it's on social media or your website or your blog or search engine optimization or radio advertising or TV advertising or newspaper advertising. Doesn't matter where you're doing marketing, but you should always continuously be producing content from day one until the end. And marketing is a long game. You're going to slowly build your reputation. You're going to slowly educate people and inform people on who you are and what you do. This is a process for slowly attracting new clients. As you continue to market, you're going to continue to grow a larger audience. And eventually, after 3 months or 6 months or 1 year, then a bunch of people are going to know who you are through your marketing and advertising. And then people will start coming to you. But in order to get clients in the first 30 days, nobody knows who you are, nobody trusts you. So they're not going to come knocking on your door asking you to do bookkeeping. So what you need to do is you need to do sales. And sales is different from marketing. Marketing, you're creating content, you're telling the world what you do in hopes that somebody's going to come to you. But sales is more, you're reaching out to people and you're saying, you're targeting specific people or specific groups of people and saying, hey, I'm a bookkeeper. Do you need any help with your bookkeeping? Do you want to hire me? Let's work together. So I'm going to talk about 10 effective strategies for sales for getting clients in the first 30 days of your bookkeeping business. Okay, the first thing I'm going to talk about is Upwork or Fiverr. I'll be honest with you, I've never actually been on Fiverr. I don't know a lot about that, but I have been on Upwork, and I actually got my second ever client from Upwork. So just for a timing reference, I started my business in October of 2021, and I got my second client from Upwork in December of 2021. So less than 60 days after I started my business, I got my second client on Upwork. So basically, it's free to sign up, and you get these things called connects. And every time somebody needs to hire a bookkeeper, so if I had a business, I would create a profile on Upwork and I would say, hey, I'm looking for a bookkeeper. Anybody out there willing to work with me? And if I had connects, then I can apply for the freelance job that you posted. So business owners go on Upwork and they post these freelance jobs that they need fulfilled. And then us freelancers, we go on there and we connect with them by submitting your resume. You submit like a brief biography. You tell them how you can do the job. And you can build a profile on Upwork. So if somebody likes what you did, they might give you a 5-star rating. And then the more 5-star ratings you have, the more likely people are to hire you on Upwork. However, the only thing is that Upwork takes 10% of your pay. So if somebody pays you $1,000, Upwork is going to take 10% of that, or $100. So you're not getting the full payment, but it's a great way in the beginning to reach people who actually need your services. So you're not just blasting out sales resumes to 100 business owners and maybe none of them even need your services. You are actually able to target people specifically looking for bookkeepers. So Upwork is a great place to get started, especially if you don't have a reputation online or a presence online and nobody knows who you are. Check out Upwork or Fiverr and try to find business owners who are looking for bookkeepers. Okay, another option, and this is non-traditional, like you're not going to potentially find really good clients on Indeed, but you might find somebody who's looking for a part-time bookkeeper. So Indeed is a website, indeed.com, and businesses are able to post job postings on Indeed. So if I own a business and if I'm looking to hire employees, I can create a job posting on Indeed, and basically me as the bookkeeper, me as the bookkeeping business owner, I can send my resume to people who are posting bookkeeping jobs on Indeed. And you might get a part-time job. Obviously, you don't want a full-time job, but while you're just getting started, if you don't have any clients, maybe you can find a part-time job, and you're going to see a list of businesses who are looking for bookkeepers. So after you send them your resume, you can call them, you can look up their business on the internet, on Google, or go to their website, figure out their phone number, call them, say, hey, I saw that you're looking for a bookkeeper. I am a bookkeeper. I'm looking for maybe a part-time job, maybe 10 or 20 hours per week. This would be a great opportunity for you to gain some experience, probably from a pretty big company, and also just an opportunity for you to make a little bit of money while you're just getting started, because chances are you don't have any clients and you probably have 10 hours available, and you might get paid $25 an hour, maybe $30 an hour for a part-time job. So this is a great opportunity in the beginning to gain some bookkeeping experience and also make a little bit of extra money. This is not a long-term solution because we're not looking for part-time jobs, but this is a great idea in the beginning. Okay, LinkedIn is a social networking website. It's kind of like Facebook, but it's more professional. LinkedIn.com is a website where you can create a profile and you can share your job history and you can connect with other professionals. But LinkedIn also has a bunch of job openings. Similar to Indeed.com, LinkedIn has a place where you can apply for jobs. However, I think larger companies will be posting on LinkedIn, like less of the smaller companies, less of the small local companies, maybe looking for a part-time bookkeeper, will probably be posting on LinkedIn. But still a great opportunity because you can search companies all over the country to try to find a part-time job by searching for remote bookkeeper jobs. So you're not limited to your geographic region or the city that you live in. You can apply to thousands of remote bookkeeper jobs. And hey, if you don't have any clients in the first 10 or 30 days, maybe you do find a part-time job for 20 or 30 hours just to fill your time while you're looking for that first client. So you can look for remote bookkeeper jobs. And what also is cool, you can connect with a job poster. So you can connect with the person on the other end who is posting that job for that business. It's always nice to expand your network and connect with other accounting professionals. Okay, so those first three options, Upwork, Indeed, and LinkedIn, I don't really use those platforms anymore for trying to find freelance jobs or part-time jobs. Those are really only good in the beginning whenever you don't really have a system for finding new clients. So those are good opportunities. Maybe practice calling businesses, maybe practice sending your email, your sales pitch, or maybe develop your resume so that you can try to find a freelance job or a part-time job on those websites. But I really don't use those platforms anymore trying to find clients. They're only really good in the beginning if you're desperate, you just want to find something. However, I love Facebook. Everybody knows about Facebook. This is where I get the majority of my clients, and this is where I spend the majority of my time, because you can send a direct message to actual business owners. And we're going to be targeting small business owners. So we're not looking at big corporations. We're not looking at big publicly traded companies. We're looking at small businesses, mom and pop shops, one person operations, independent contractors. And these people are on Facebook, and you can actually directly message the business owner, because more than likely you're going to be working with business owners. You're going to be working with the actual person who owns the business. However, if you send a message to somebody that you're not friends with, your message will likely go to their spam folders. So I always recommend try to send the friend request first and then message them after they accept your friend request. And you can find business owners in local Facebook groups. Facebook groups are awesome. A bunch of people are in them, and you can look for business specific Facebook groups. For example, I live in Pennsylvania. There's a great Facebook group called Central Pennsylvania Supports Small Businesses. And in that group, there are literally thousands of business owners, and you can search through the group. You can find business owners, you can friend request them, and then you can send them a message and you can offer them your bookkeeping services. And the best part about it, You don't even have to stick to your local geographic region because these bookkeeping services are all remote. So you can actually go nationally. You can look at Facebook users all over the country. There are literally probably millions of business owners on Facebook who you can connect with and reach instantly. And I actually got my very first client in November from Texas on Facebook by sending him a direct message. I got lucky, I guess. I found this person, I friend requested him. I had no idea who he was. I just knew that he was a business owner. And in the first 30 days in November of 2021, I got my very first client through Facebook, and he lived in Texas. Okay, very similar to Facebook. You can also send messages to people on Instagram. It's the exact same concept. You can request to follow people on Instagram. They can follow you back. You can message people, but similarly, if you're not following them, or if they don't follow you and you send them a message, it'll probably go to their spam folder. So just be careful with that. I'll be honest with you, I have never gotten a client from Instagram. And that's probably because I'm just not very active on Instagram. So this might be a controversial piece of advice, but I would recommend pick one social media platform and go all in on that platform. Now, I post my daily marketing content to LinkedIn, Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook. So I haven't picked one social media platform for posting marketing content, but I have pretty much dialed in on Facebook. I spend 90% of my efforts trying to find clients through Facebook, and that's just because I have mastered the software. I've mastered the search algorithms. I know exactly how to find people on Facebook. I have a ton of followers on Facebook. My posts get the most engagement on Facebook. I interact with the most amount of people on Facebook. So I have really dialed in my efforts, and I've picked one social media platform to become an expert on and to find the most clients from. And I would recommend you do the same thing. But in the first 30 days, if you're desperate, you can send messages to people on Instagram. I honestly have no idea how to find business owners specifically on Instagram. I know exactly how to do it on Facebook, and I shared a video a couple weeks ago showing you exactly how to do that. I don't know how to do it on Instagram, but I'm sure there's a way to do it. And I know a ton of people love Instagram, so you might be able to send messages to potential business owners and potential clients on Instagram. Okay, so I already talked about LinkedIn and how they post jobs, but LinkedIn, like I said before, is also a social networking app. So they try to be a little bit different from Facebook and Instagram. They don't consider themselves social media, but they consider themselves a social networking app. You can go to linkedin.com on your computer, or you can download the app. And the coolest thing about LinkedIn is that it is a professional networking app. And so it is so easy to search for people. You can search for people by the college they went to, by the city they live in, by the company they worked for, or most importantly, you can search for people by the title of their job. So most people on LinkedIn like to call themselves the owner of their business. So almost everybody will say, I am the owner of Harrisburg Bookkeeping. I am the owner of Route 20 Trucking Company. So what you can do on LinkedIn is you can search for people in your state or in your city that literally have the title owner in their job title, and then you can connect with them. And what I would recommend you do is that connect with them, and you can also simultaneously send them a message at the same time that you connect with them. So come up with a short, simple sales pitch. I like to use, hey, I'm an accountant. Let me know if you ever need help with your QuickBooks, bookkeeping, or taxes. I send that very short little message at the same time that I connect with these business owners on LinkedIn, and it's a great opportunity for you to try to find new clients. I actually found a client on LinkedIn like maybe January 2022, probably 3 or 4 months after I started my business. So it was like the fourth or fifth client I found on LinkedIn. Okay, another opportunity for finding new clients is a classic sales technique, and that is just making phone calls. And you can use Google Maps. Just go to your local city or your wherever you are, and you can go to Google Maps and type in electrician, type in plumber, type in marketing agency, type in software company, type in anything that you think would, or a type of restaurant that you want to work with, type in any sort of name for a business that you want to work with. Go to Google Maps, and then it'll give you a list of 50 or 200 businesses in your area that are electricians. Now, obviously, you probably want to target smaller businesses. So if there's a big corporation, don't waste your time calling them because they probably already have an entire accounting department. But look for small businesses. If you find an electrician, maybe a 1 or 2 man show, they might need a bookkeeper. Now, you want to keep a list of everybody that you call. You want to develop a system for tracking your leads. You can use a CRM software, or you can use Microsoft Excel, or you can use pen and paper. It doesn't matter how you do it, but write down everybody that you call. That way you don't call the same person twice. And then also try to get their email address. So if you go to Google Maps, maybe you can go to their website at the same time, jot down their email address, or if they answer the phone, at the end of the conversation, try to at least get their email address. That way you can stay in touch or follow up in the future. Now, with all that being said, I'm not a big fan of phone calls. Oh, also, if they don't answer the phone, be prepared to leave them a voicemail. So have a script or have a rehearsed voicemail that you're going to leave them, and just leave the same voicemail every single time. I would literally write it down, that way you can just read. Don't sound like you're reading, but just like read the exact same voicemail every time. This is a slow, ineffective way to find new clients, because with social media nowadays and with emails, it's just so much easier to send messages to people, because also a lot of people don't answer their phone, or if they do answer the phone, they're not going to be happy to have somebody calling them soliciting services, because most people answer the phone hoping, especially business owners, they answer the phone hoping that it's a customer or a client who's going to hire them, not somebody trying to sell them something. So you're going to face a lot of rejection. However, this is a great opportunity to practice your sales pitch. Okay, very similar to making phone calls, but much faster and, in my opinion, more efficient, is email. And what I would do if I were you is pick a niche. So for me, I do a lot of email marketing to trucking companies, but you could also pick a niche like maybe CrossFit gyms. Doesn't matter what you pick, just pick a niche and figure out where these businesses are registered. So CrossFit gyms are registered on CrossFit.com, their website. Trucking companies are registered on the FMCSA Department of Transportation website, because every trucking company has to register their business in order to be a trucking company. So pick a niche, find out where these businesses are registered, and then figure out a way, hopefully through that registration database, figure out a way to collect their emails. A couple options: you might be able to pay for a list. However, I don't recommend doing that. You can manually search through these websites. Like, you can manually search through the FMCSA website and collect email addresses that way. Or you could hire a virtual assistant in a different country. You could pay them $4 an hour. Once you've developed a system for finding email addresses, you can teach them how to do it, and then you can pay them $4 an hour to collect these email addresses for you. Once you have the email addresses, you can send out a mass email offering your services to all these people. I recommend use some sort of email marketing software or CRM software. I use Squarespace, but there's also MailChimp and dozens of other types of email marketing software, because you want to be able to track who opens the email and who clicks on links inside your email. With that data, then you can maybe follow up with the people who open your email, or you can send an extra message to the people that click a link inside your email. Okay, one of the final options: friends and family. It never hurts to try. However, don't be that guy. Don't be really annoying. Every single holiday you guys get together, don't bring up the new business that you started. Don't text all of your friends from college trying to get them to hire you. Like, don't be annoying. Don't be weird. If you haven't talked to this relative in 5 years, now's probably not the time to reach out to that person and offer your services. But if you have friends and family that you talk with on a regular basis, let them know that you just started a bookkeeping business. Like I said, it never hurts to try. You never know what might happen. Okay, the last option for finding a client in the first 30 days is you can offer to work for somebody for free. However, this should only be a last resort. Seriously, try the first 9 techniques for like 2 or 3 weeks, and if you get absolutely nowhere, then maybe you can offer to do something for free. However, nobody's really going to take you up on this, because bookkeeping and taxes is such a serious thing. It's not like you're offering to cut somebody's grass. Like, if you mess up somebody's front lawn, not a big deal. But if you mess up somebody's books, a pretty big deal. And if you're offering your services for free, people probably aren't going to take you seriously. People probably assume that you have no idea what you're doing because you're offering to work for free. So I don't like this idea. However, if you find a super ideal client, and if they are willing to give you a referral to their other networks, to their other people that they know, if they're able to spread through word of mouth your services, then maybe you can offer to do work for them for free, but set a limit. Say, hey, I'm willing to work for you for free. I want to try out this new thing, but I'm only willing to do it for 30 days, or I'm only going to do it for 3 months. And then after that, we can cut ties, or you can consider hiring me on. I really don't like this idea. I would not do it unless it's an only last resort and if you have an ideal client.